Is this you? Have you ever been enjoying your Fire Emblem video game device when suddenly... Well, worry not, my compatriots, for in this new hit video series, we'll be taking these god-forsaken abominations and prettying them up, so stay tuned for more. Yes, we all know despite generally being a good series, our favorite strategy game can be a bit, ungood sometimes. But what if these maps were good, or at least better? In this new series, I'll be analyzing why people dislike certain maps, recreating them, attempting to fix their issues, and then play through the adjusted maps to see how they worked out. Then, I'll link the adjusted maps in the description so you can try them for yourself and comment what you would change about them. With that said, let's begin. For the first episode, we'll be covering a quite infamous map, New Mystery Chapter 3. This map has quite a few issues, such as being a chore to play through if you want to get all the characters, since you have to go around in a large circle. It's also extremely hard for an early game chapter, being much harder than the two chapters that come before and after it, due to the group AI of the Draco Knights and their difficult placement. And it betrays the intention of the original game, by having the wyverns in the mountain attack you even if you don't visit the shop. With all that said, let's get into rebuilding it. One of the adjustments I plan on making is having the main bridge be down from the start, since there's no point in having it be up since you would normally get a bridge key in the village right next to it anyway. I plan on removing the village Ward is normally in, and placing him in the bridge key village instead, so you don't have to backtrack if you want to go across the bridge. Then I made it so the Draco Knights in the mountain only spawn if you visit the shop or enter the mountain range. This maintains the vision of the original Fire Emblem 3 map, while also stopping Paula from camping in the mountains to hide from the upper Cavalier reinforcements. I'm also going to remove some of the tiny mountains from the lower left part of the island to make traversing the left half of the map possible without going back across the main bridge. And just like that, presto! We have a recreation of the original map with slight alterations in an attempt to make it more fun. As for units, I assigned units their levels based off what I assumed they would be if the players spread their EXP evenly, then gave them their average stats from Serene's Forest based on those levels, and gave them items you could get up to that point like the Rider's Bane you get from the Chapter 2 boss. Since SRPG Studio uses weapon level instead of weapon rank, I made everyone able to use steel weapons since everyone could reasonably obtain D weapon ranks for any weapon by this point, but only Aaron and Paula can use the Silver Lance. For enemies, I based their weapons and stats off the Maniac difficulty as that's the one I'm the most familiar with. With everything else out of the way, let's actually start playing the map. I'm able to attract the initial Draco pack without triggering the mountain group, which makes the map much less of a stressor, which is good since it's only the third level of the game. Then once I grab board, I'm able to go up the middle. This part is still tricky because of the high damaging ballista. Marisha even died on one of my attempts. You've probably noticed by now that Mathis is non-aggressive in this version of the map. I made this change because Mathis is a pretty passive character, so it's kind of out of character for him to attack you in the first place. While this is all happening, Paula is retreating down the left side of the map. Once the middle is taken care of, I still have to go up and grab Julian, because there's only so much I can alter without completely changing the map. While that's happening, I move my archers through the new passageway through the mountains I made to get into position to grab the Master Seal once I spawn in the Draco Knights. Once that's all taken care of, I grab Mathis, take out the boss, and prepare to spawn in the Draco Knights. Some units do die when they spawn in, but that's kind of the point. It's an additional hard challenge for players who want extra rewards. And again, since they spawn in instead of starting on the map, Paula can't just cheese their non-aggressive AI like she can in Fire Emblem 3. And with that, the map is done in just 20 minutes compared to the 50 minutes it took me in my Fire Emblem 12 Let's Play. So in conclusion, I attempted to make this map more fun to play by cutting down on the tedium, making the difficulty curve make more sense, and trying to maintain a little bit of the vision the original Fire Emblem 3 devs had for this map. I've put a link to the map in the description if you want to try it yourself, and if you want, you can leave a comment if you have any ideas for how you'd fix this map, or leave a comment for another map you want me to try and tackle in this series. And if you enjoyed this series, you can like this and subscribe if you're looking forward to more episodes and want it to continue. Don't suggest this map though. This map is unsalvageable. With that said, see you next time!